I have something really special for you today. It was a different kind of download to the ones I usually have, so I really hope you get something out of this. I'm gonna start with number one. These are two things that I've written. One is random feelings that don't relate, that don't have anything to do with the present moment, and they call them crashes. These are subconscious crashes. Basically, you get involved in something without knowing vibrationally. So your subconscious takes over without your knowing, and it brings you into a spiral. An example of this would be you come home from a game, a meeting, a gig, you saw somebody, and when you arrive to your place, you feel so tired. You feel a bit depressed. You feel a bit lonely. You feel a bit like a crash. Just like when you have a hangover if you drink something. Just like when you have a moment of pure excitement because some news. And then you crash because you're back to normal. So this is your body's memory. It's something stored in your memory. And the important thing and the hack here is that if we bring awareness into that, instead of getting caught up by the feeling and start doing things in autopilot and just losing our consciousness again, if we stay present and acknowledge that feeling that is taking over, that is the point where you can break through. Just by acknowledging, you will see that it's gonna pass just like a big wave and you're gonna remain. And then whenever you get to your place, or whenever that's a strong wind. I'm gonna make little pauses when I get the strong wind. So whenever you get back to your place, or whenever you are back into neutrality and you see yourself being taken over by a strong feeling that has nothing to do with the present moment, then you can recognize it's something stored in your body, and you can say, thank you, I don't need that any longer. I let you go and I remain present, and you'll see how you come back and your frequency will come up and you'll feel it in your body. So that is letting go of a memory that is stored. And this is so important because this happens. It's like we have a habit for this. Every Monday morning you'll feel it. Every Friday afternoon you'll feel it. Every Sunday morning you'll feel it. It's just kind of familiar feeling that your body got used to. So instead of looking for the new, instead of expanding, you'll find that you'll be reliving things over and over again. But if you remain conscious, you don't need to go through that. So that's point number one. And the other, point number two, is having a bad feeling, having expectations for something bad to happen. It could be just an unexpected bill, an accident, fearing an accident. So this gives us a very low frequency, and it takes us into a very low vibrational state and keep us stuck in fight or flight mode when we don't recognize it. So let's say you had a bad experience in the past where you received a high bill that was unexpected, or something bad happened to somebody, or let's say whatever bad news you received, the body will store them. And then you subconsciously will expect to receive an email with bad news, to receive something on your mail that you don't want, to receive some information that you don't like. So you sort of start vibrating and hoping, without even knowing, for the same result. This guy's has a different situation. So this is truly important for you to acknowledge. When you open your email and you feel like tense, and your body and your heart is rushing, no, that all is well, and that it's time to say thank you. I acknowledge that, but that is from the past. It doesn't mean it's gonna happen again, and it probably won't ever happen again. So I can let that go, and I free myself of all of that anxiety and tension that is stored in my body. Because here's another important distinction. This also appears as illness, as a strong ache, a pain in your back, heartache, pulsations, like a strong acceleration, headaches, bad memory, lack of focus. That has to do with your subconscious mind taking over, with your body storing feelings that are not letting you be present. So you can focus because all of this preoccupation in your mind. So you need to let that go. And just by the recognition, you'll see a lot of improvement. You'll notice, okay, this is happening right now, but there's no apparent reason. So it has to be my body coming from a memory from the past. I acknowledge that, but now I'm well, I'm here, I'm breathing. I can let it go. I can come back into presence. So thank you for being here. I don't need you any longer. And I allow my body to rest and reset. You can take 3 deep breaths. That's always the case for coming back into presence. Exhaling longer through your nose. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling way, way softer and longer through your nose again. And just this pause and breathing into your heart will give you the tools you need in the moment to acknowledge that these are things coming from the past, and that you are not trapped, that it's not going to be the same pattern repeating itself anymore, any longer. So that's what kept us in the same loop. We keep on repeating the same patterns over and over again, and then we ask ourselves, why? Do I have any block that I'm not seeing? And these are the blocks. But there are too many on different days, different times, different situations, different expectations. So we need to let go of that now in order to be free again. So my exercise for you and for me is, even if you're not in meditation, if you are having a lot of things on your calendar, doesn't matter. Because a lot of people say, okay, I don't have time to meditate all day. I know what you mean, but there's a lot on my plate. And that is not an excuse, my friend, because you can have the awareness and bring it into everything you do. But when you feel taken over by something, by a greater force, that's most likely your subconscious and your body telling you a different story. Repeating a pattern from the past, repeating a pattern from something stored as a trauma, a deep trauma from your childhood or from another past incarnation. It could be from many different things, but the important thing to acknowledge is that it's there. So it doesn't have power over you once you bring awareness into it. So that will keep you out of the victim mentality. And you'll become a creator of your days. Because if you're not using that excess energy to worry about something, to hope for the worst, you'll have the energy back in your body to create and to heal. That's why we heal instantly. And that is just another definition for raising your frequency and remaining at a higher vibration. Because if you truly want to live in the 5th dimension here on Earth, it has to be from an open heart, and it has to be from the pure energy from source flowing through you. But if your energy is blocked because of these things stored in your body, you won't be able to channel And you need to channel in order to create, in order to ascend, in order to go to the next stage, which is actually here. You're not traveling anywhere. You don't need to accomplish anything, but you need to acknowledge things that are not allowing you to live your full potential. So you got this. You got this. Start again by recognizing these things. And you'll see how your life can actually feel way more connected and light. And you'll start experiencing all of the effortless synchronicities where you can do whatever you want to do. You can create, you can build your wealth, you can build your strength, you can build the most magical life by realizing you're not building anything, but you're just allowing your energy centers to be clear and open for you to receive, my friend. This is the most important thing to do. Bring your awareness here and now. And see how all of the problems dissipate from this frequency. But you need to be operating from this frequency. Don't ever forget that you have always the power to come back into your heart space. I thank you so much for being here with me. Let me know in the comments if you got something out of this. Let me know in the comments if you are gonna try to implement some of these things, or if you had any realizations during this exchange. Because we mirror ourselves. Thank you. See you next time.